Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back. I'm Debbie, and I'm joined by Katie, Leah, and Bonnie. We are spending a year focusing on personal and collective well-being by learning from women of history. This month's theme is financial health and security. Bonnie already talked about Catherine Dexter McCormick, and Leah talked about Maggie Lena Walker. But before I share my pick, I want to ask a question about well-being. I want to know, do you guys happen to have a will, updated will, power of attorney, and current beneficiary designations to protect your assets and dictate your healthcare wishes?
I am relying on how old is my oldest daughter? 23-year-old Will.
Yeah.
That my husband wrote up before he left for the second Iraq War. I should really update that shiz, seeing how my children are now of legal age and don't need to be taken. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to designate who takes care of our children any longer. When we did that, it was a will and a power of attorney through the United States Army. I was part of that process. So it wasn't just him. It also included me too. The thing is, we really liked everything it said in it. So I think that's why we didn't update it, because we're like, just go with that. We also just keep telling our kids, like, don't do anything expensive when we die. A ditch is fine. Like, don't spend the money on it. It's totally fine. Like, if you need to remember us, plant a freaking tree. Like, you know, like, don't worry about the... So we've been telling them our wishes. And I know that doesn't count.
It does not.
So I need to get on it. I'll get on it.
I would be interested to see what that even... I'm like, I leave my floppy disk collection to...
Yeah, exactly.
Please end my balance at Blockbuster Video.
All my laser discs shall be bequeathed. Yeah.
My dad's will... I found a copy. There was like a box when we were clearing out stuff out of Mom's house. She's fine. She was just moving. She didn't die.
Right.
But there was like a box that had stuff from my grandpa and stuff from my dad when he passed, and they had like copies of the will when my mom and he had married, and like stuff with like his will and their divorce, where he had been previous married. He had specified that he only wanted 2 lawn chairs in the divorce. Oh. And what is with you? Because I remember those lawn chairs, and they were like crappy lawn chairs.
They had to have a story behind it.
They were like the aluminum frame, and then they were yellow because it specified the yellow ones.
Right, the yellow ones. Those vinyl straps,
the plastic tubes. That
were
just
the tube.
Yeah, quality.
Wow.
I'm like, I wish I would have known what, like, were they just like, you have to name something. And he was like, fine, the lawn chairs.
Probably a college guy purchase or something.
Favorite lawn chairs.
It was so fun.
Just the memories.
Yeah.
Went to some great concerts with those lawn chairs. Some really good games we're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the
what
stories
about you,
we'll never know.
Bonnie, do you actually have one yourself?
I do not have a will. We do have stuff on, you know, that I'm like an adult and we got married and stuff, so like we're beneficiaries on each other's like stuff. I don't know, my mom still may technically be on my banking, but yeah, in any like new stuff we're on there. Trade switch jobs, so I'm on all his insurance beneficiary stuff. There, he does have something that's still his parents that he noticed. They won't let him like change online. He has to like go in and change. But no, I constantly have like the joke that I have an arrangement with his mom that he's gonna have like an accident and I get all of his money. Like it's the running joke.
Right.
But we had just what was it? We had updated something and named it. Oh, we gotten me. I don't know how money stuff works. Like insurance as investment stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I had just like named him, and literally like the day after we signed the paperwork, I was at an art fair and I don't even remember if I told you guys about this. Something that normally happens to me like at least weekly, where I'm either just breathing or taking a sip of water and something happens in the throat and I'm like coughing and choking whatever because apparently I don't know how to exist.
Breathing and swallowing is
Yeah.
hard at the same time. Yeah.
But
It,
it was like really hot and I'm just drinking water.
Yeah.
And that starts happening, but then I can't breathe. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like the wind got knocked out of me. And I'm just confused because I'm like, what is happening?
You're like, I should be able
And
to
I'm
breathe.
like
Why am I
trying to
not doing
inhale.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Because that has
Yeah.
not happened. I was in like second grade and I fell off the monkey bars and I thought I was dying. But yeah, we're like freaking out and like some lady came by like, well, she's breathing because I was able to communicate just like a little bit. Like I was trying to inhale and nothing
Yeah.
was coming out. And Trey's asked me like, do I need to give you a Heimlich? And I'm just kind of like, I'm not choking. Like I'm like, but like eventually, like it's fine, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
But like the next day, I was like, man, you could have cashed out. Like we just signed that life insurance stuff.
Right.
Like that
Maybe
would
this
have
was the
looked
plan all along.
so suspicious.
You
Yeah.
just signed a policy on her
The
yesterday.
next day.
Yeah, that is the stuff of murder mystery tales.
Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
is.
you were okay.
Yeah.
It was terrible. The noise I was making was like it
Gasping
was
for air,
awkward
yeah.
for everybody at that art fair. Me and the corn just
Breathe. Yep.
I've had that
Ah.
same thing happen to me, Bonnie, but it was when I was working at No Label at the Table.
Oh,
And
Oh.
for people that aren't from around here, it is a bakery. And the mission is to employ individuals with autism.
Mhm.
And so I was working with
Oh.
2 of our employees who are on the spectrum. And they're 2 kids that are pretty like, kind of like just really not into people, kind of like not very friendly and don't pay attention to people. So anyway, I am like the like can't draw a breath, choking on like I think I'd taken a drink of water or like something had gone the
Water's
wrong way. And I
dangerous,
was
y'all.
trying, I
Yeah,
was
it
trying to
is.
collect myself basically and not piss my pants from choking and like
Yeah,
all of that.
real.
Both of them just continued on with what they were doing in the kitchen. They didn't even look
Oh.
at me. I was like, if I were actually gonna die, like I don't know if anybody would help me
In that particular
Oh.
situation.
in that particular situation. Yeah, I was like,
Damn.
oh, rough.
Oh.
Because it was just the 3 of us there. I was
Right.
like, but on the
Yeah.
other hand, like since it is embarrassing, that's kind of like best case scenario where nobody's paying any attention to you whatsoever while you're struggling to breathe and
Right. Mhm.
not able
Well,
to drink. But
yeah.
yeah, so and I
Dang.
will add on to Bonnie that, the couples jokes and all of that. Josh will always say that he's worth more to me dead than alive.
We
And I
all
always I always argue and I'm like, nah, you're still young. You've got enough years you can work. I'll get more money with you alive. It's like you're not dying yet and getting out of this life. You work. You work.
You better what?
You bring home the money, honey. Bring home the money. But kind of along the same lines as Bonnie, we have like each other as beneficiaries for like work type stuff. My parents apparently can't wait until I die because they have all kinds of life insurance policies out on me. Like the type where the nurse comes to your house and like takes your blood for them and that kind of thing. So they must be worth the big dollars.
Whoa.
But I don't have like a will or end of life. I have requested that nobody looks upon me after I died. And Josh just always says, well, you have no control after you're dead. So I probably do need to get on that because
No,
I
you can
shall
write
be.
it down. Yeah.
Nobody
haunt
can
his
gaze
butt.
upon my corpse. Nobody can touch my corpse.
Right.
These are the rules.
There you go. I like it.
The
Write
rules
it
of
down.
Katie. Yeah, I've said it on this podcast. Is this
Oh,
legally
that's true.
binding?
I do. I know, but let's try it.
No.
Okay. Okay, we'll try.
Yeah.
There's always lawyers. They could try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good reminder, Debbi.
into
Thank
court.
you. Yeah.
Yes, it is a good reminder that we should all get this shit done. You never know.
Yeah. And yeah, having asked that question, to be honest, my will still lists my mother as having custody of my daughter, who is,
Who's an
turning.
adult, and your mother's no
Yeah,
longer
she's
with us, so that's going to be difficult
yeah,
as well.
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah.
And she was very unhappy when she found out that I gave my daughter to her, and the money went to my brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, it's because he's younger, and
Yes.
if you kick off and Julie's not 18 yet, then
Mhm.
there's the money still in a trust.
Yes.
And
You were playing odds of an imaginary game.
exactly.
Mhm.
And she, well survived my daughter turning 18.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
but I really highly recommend everybody listening to get, if not a will and all like that, but I don't care how old you are,
Mhm.
figure out the medical power of attorney,
Yeah.
get a living will,
Mhm.
Yeah.
get those end of life decisions,
Just have
because
it so you don't need
when
it,
something
right?
can happen, and if you have preferences, if you want people to keep you alive on a thing, you need to say that. If
Mhm.
you want
Mhm.
to do a DNR, I don't want all that.
Mhm.
You need
You
to
gotta
write
write
it
it.
down because the hospitals will honor it.
Mhm.
But if you don't have one, they're gonna give your family shit for not for how can you pull a plug on your loved one?
Right.
You have to have that in writing.
And
It
they're going
makes
to
a
be
huge difference.
very emotional at that point
Yeah.
and have a lot of pressure on them. So having one line item, black and white relief statement of what you want helps them in that moment of panic. So
Yeah.
it's a good reminder.
And they will spell out everything. And
Yeah.
so it's not a bad idea. Especially
Exactly.
since apparently the two of you seem to have the same problem I do. I have this long diagnosis in my list of things that basically means I choke on my own spit.
Yep.
I
Yep.
I have exercises for it and everything because I choke on my own
Ooh.
Oh,
spit.
drop some wisdom on them in later. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it like
Fantastic.
help at all?
Actually it does.
Nice.
Yeah, it's things like pushing on your chin. I don't know. You push on your chin and try to open your mouth, and it strengthens your jaw.
Oh,
And
okay.
Hmm.
I'm like trying it
yeah,
now.
Nice.
It's a
Yeah.
podcast, only y'all can see.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
was freaked out because
yeah,
I was
there's
like, that happens to me like weekly. I was like, what if I'm alone? And then
Yeah.
yeah,
And you don't
yeah,
have a will?
exactly.
But yes. No. Okay. Absolutely.
All right. Well, this has nothing to do with my person,
Right. Who do you have for us?
but because my person actually is still alive.
Ooh, yay!
So,
Look at that.
she's 86 years old.
Okay, nice.
And her name is Barbara Hackman Franklin.
Sweet.
Another 3 names.
I love our 3 names.
She's got. I want to hit the highlights first because if you don't know who she is one of the first women to attend Harvard Business School. She graduated in 1964.
Ooh.
She has served in government under 5 presidents.
Damn.
She was. She worked in the Nixon administration. She was assistant to the president, but there's a story behind that coming later.
Okay.
And then in the older George Bush years, she became Secretary of Commerce. She
Sweet.
was only the second woman to hold that office. And she also was one of the founding members of the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So she's done a lot. She was born Barbara Ann Hackman in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, March 19, 1940.
Sweet.
She graduated high school in 1958. She was a valedictorian, president of student council, captain of field hockey and tennis teams, and a cheerleader.
Somebody was an overachiever.
That's what I was
Oh
saying.
yeah,
She is just the overachiever clique.
I like it.
absolutely. And then she graduated from college at Penn State in 1962. She was the president of the Mortar Board, which was the first National Honor Society for college senior women. Um, they later expanded to juniors and finally let men in like 1975, but that was later.
And they called it the motor board?
Mortar Board. Like the mortar board, like a
the
graduation hat,
cap.
and I'm doing the
okay.
thing.
I'm thinking like motor boat or
right.
something.
No.
Power boats, jet skis.
Oh, come on, Bonnie.
Like,
you were thinking about boobies.
Boobies. Motorboating.
Yeah, no, not that. No, mortar board like a graduation hat.
Glad we cleared it up.
Yes. Science.
Yeah.
So, and she got she got some other achievements and stuff as well.
Just a few other things.
Right.
At that time,
fantastic.
Harvard Business School had just opened up their business school to women. Like in 1963, she had just graduated. And so the Dean of Women at Penn State nominated her for a scholarship. And because they said, we will take one scholarship from Penn State.
Nice.
And in spite of all the men, she got it.
Oh, wow.
So she ended up graduating from Harvard Business School in 1964. There were 14 women out of a class of 650 students.
Oh.
And she was one of the 14. So it was very cool.
Mazel tov.
She got a job working in the private sector. She worked for Singer Company, and then she worked for Citibank. And she got some really cool jobs there. But she was also discovering the firsthand about misogyny and discrimination and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And one quote stuck out to me that a Citibank executive said, "You're doing fine for a girl, and you have a husband who works. You don't need a raise."
Oh,
yeah,
douchebag.
Yeah,
no, thank you. No stars. No.
Yeah. So in 1971, actually it started in 1969 when Nixon became president.
Mm-hmm.
Nixon is problematic, but one thing he did was he was really into getting women involved in the administration. The reason for that is day 2 at a press conference, a reporter, I forget her name, but she asked him, you say you believe in women in the administration, and yet there's only 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? And he's like, well, do you want to join? And then, just flippantly, and then he got serious and he said, if that's true, then I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
So 2 years later, he's, working on a little bit, but nobody, it's all a bunch of white men trying to figure all this out.
Sure.
So finally, he tasks his head of personnel, find me a woman that can spearhead this to really bring women in.
Gotcha.
Well, the head of personnel happened to be a classmate of hers from Harvard. And so he called her up and said, "Hey, I got a job for you."
Mm-hmm.
And she jumped at it. And basically what it did, they said, Nixon said every department head needs to come up with a plan for getting more women in administration. You need to turn in that plan, and then she supervised that to make sure implementation
to become a
make
reality.
Sure they were going to really do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you want to know that woman.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm
they announced her position.
I was wondering if
go ahead.
The reporter who asked Nixon, I wonder if that was who Bonnie covered way back, Helen Thomas. Because I remember Helen Thomas was one of those White House reporters. I wonder if it was her.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, go ahead. I'm just trying to tie it back to another Gal Scout episode.
Yeah, and I can't remember her name, but Anna Wexler, maybe?
I think she's in fashion, isn't? Oh no, she was journal. Yeah, I don't know. Show notes. That's what it's for. What do you got for us?
Anyway, so they announced her position as staff assistant to the president for executive manpower. That lasted first press conference. They're like,
what?
Executive manpower? But, so So they
Sure, sure,
dropped
sure.
that, and she just became staff assistant to the
Okay.
president.
Fair.
And she, in the first year of doing this, she tripled women in policymaking positions.
Nice.
There were 35. She tripled it to 105 in the first year, and then got another 20 in the next year. And these were top level policymaking positions, but also on mid and lower level in government positions. It exploded.
Nice.
They were getting women jobs in things they'd never done before, like tugboat captains and
Nice.
park rangers. Almost no women were doing park rangers. Um, FBI agents. All of a
Yes.
sudden, women were getting to be allowed to be in the FBI. Um,
Fantastic.
so she um, she was very proud of that. She did that for like 2 years. And she did an interview, and she said, "I think it expanded opportunities all over the place in our society that I don't think would have happened had
Hmm.
the president not created the first break, the crack in that wall of non-consensus."
Yeah.
Um, and I got to I went looking to see if she was the first woman. She was not, but I can't help but wonder if her breaking down the walls might have had something to do with the fact that Jimmy Carter appointed a woman as the first Secretary of Commerce.
Hmm.
That would have been in 1976.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe she had a need that. And then, of course, it didn't happen again until she
Until it was
left
her
in the
job.
90s, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but after that position, she they were getting together the Consumer Product Safety Commission for the first time.
Yeah.
And there were 5 original commissioners, and she was one of them. And she worked for them from 1973 to 1979,
Nice.
which meant that went beyond Nixon, that debacle,
Yeah.
um, through Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, and then Jimmy Carter. Um, and her big focus was child safety, like
Oh,
the child safety caps that didn't exist before,
yeah.
and getting regulations for like toys and furniture and all, so that no child had to have the problem I did as a baby, where I got my head stuck in the slats of the crib and was
Oh.
just kind of hanging there.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
My mother was so panicked. But
Yeah.
now no child has to do that again because they don't fit anymore.
Right.
I was
So
holding back the joke the whole time of like, was she responsible for being like, babies don't leave your babies in the giant Tupperware container, like
yeah,
Right.
icon. It's like so weird.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely. She did a lot of that. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and during the Carter administration, they first started talking about carcinogens and everything,
Hmm.
and she started writing letters to the president and doing speeches. And so they that led to the creation of the United States Regulatory Council to coordinate efforts by OSHA, FDA, and EPA,
Nice.
to reduce so they had to work together because everybody was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of working on it," and then
Hmm.
they got a council to do it. Um, at the same time, she was also co-founding the Executive Women in Government and of Women's Forum of Washington D.C., which
Okay.
is now the International Women's Forum.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, that was
Sweet.
her. Um, and then um, she got a job. She When that was over, she went back to the private sector and started working for. She was the senior fellow of Wharton School of Business and
Nice.
director of their government and business program. Um, she got All of a sudden, she was well in demand for her business savvy. She ended up sitting on boards of Dow Chemical, Aetna, Westinghouse, and a bunch of others.
Damn.
Um, and by the end of the 80s, she was on the boards of 7 major corporations, and a lot of times she was the first woman ever to serve on that, or one of the first two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, And in the meantime, she was very active in the Republican Party. Back when they didn't suck.
Fair.
Sorry. My politics are showing. And so she kept doing things for the government. She kept doing like part-time government work. She was a member of the President's Advisory Committee for Trade Policy and Negotiations.
Sweet.
From 1982 to 1986 under Reagan, and then again from 89 to 91 under George Bush, the earlier Bush. Um, she was an alternate representative and public delegate for the UN General Assembly from 89 to 90,
Nice.
also under Bush. And he wanted her to work for him, but she's, sitting all these boards. She's on all these boards
working.
and all
Yeah.
making money, and she's like, and my husband is doing really well at his job. She had gotten married by this time, and she's now Barbara Franklin.
Gotcha.
And had been for a while.
And if she's not
she
in
was
DC,
also,
then it would be moving back to DC if she wasn't already. Yeah.
yeah. Plus, they're all involved in business, and
Yeah.
you'd start running into issues, and
Yeah.
because you never mix business and government work, right?
Remember that?
You have to sell your peanut farm.
Yeah.
You don't want to appear corrupt.
Right.
Yeah. So, but
days.
he offered her several positions. She's like, no. And she says, I'm not leaving my job and all this stuff unless it's like a cabinet position. Just kind of threw it out there.
Oh, she dared him.
And then the Secretary of Commerce was getting ready to step down. He's like, hey, guess what? You're on the short list of one.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, that was in 1991. She's only, like I said, second woman in that position.
Yeah.
And in the interview where he's offering his position, he said, I want you to work on NAFTA was just becoming a thing. Her predecessor had started it, but it was very much not done. So he's like, I want this to be a thing. So she worked very hard on that. She also focused on increasing American exports, especially in Russia, China, Japan, and Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So because we had a good trade relationship with Canada, but not with Mexico.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So Russia, this is right at the end of the Cold War, and Boris Yeltsin, they're like, oh, maybe they're become more of a democracy, or at least capitalist.
Maybe there's an opportunity for something. Yeah.
Yeah. So she worked on it, and she did get some business, but it turns out she and Boris Yeltsin had some words a few times.
Ooh. They did not get along, perhaps.
He's like, I forget what it was. But he's like, she won't let me do what I want to do. It's like, that's because what you want to do, you can't do.
Right.
So, but she had more success with China. China, we had quit relations after Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Which happened in 89, 88, 89, I forget exactly. And so she led in December 92. She went to China with a delegation to reestablish the U.S.-China Joint Commission on Commerce and Trade. That's a mouthful.
It is.
Those are all like these names do not need to be that long or complicated for all these.
I know, but it's the government. We have to have lots of big fancy titles.
It can't be fixed money with China.
Yeah. So, but it ended up being a good success. And when she came back in December 29, she, again, another quote, several weeks ago, President Bush asked me to lead a presidential mission to China following his decision to resume high-level economics talks with the Chinese. The interagency delegation I led to China and Hong Kong came back with almost $1 billion in business.
I feel like you should do the Mike Myers Austin Powers $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. And more important, we made it abundantly clear to the Chinese that they must address our concerns over the growing trade imbalance between China and the United States, which is not really fixed yet.
Sure. Reasons.
But that's December 29.
Okay.
That was also the Democrats won. So January, Clinton comes into office. She no longer has a job.
Oh, gotcha.
So she went back to the private sector. However, next page.
Right.
She continued side work in the government for several years, doing as a member of a consultant panel for the Comptroller General of the U.S.
Yeah.
Which I had to look that up. I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
I voted for it, but I didn't know what it was. Like, you vote for the comptroller, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's the GSA, the general, now known as GAO, Government Accountability Office. So when they're all complaining about budgets and the GAO is sitting here going, "You can't do that," that was what she did.
That position. Got it. Oh, fun. Nobody's gonna yell at her there.
Nah, not at all. She also started a business called Barbara Franklin Enterprises, which was a consulting firm and did a lot of work. And she continued that work with China on a private sector basis.
Gotcha.
And she's been working to build and strengthen economic relationships. She has, over the years, she's chaired or sat on the boards of 14 public company and 4 private company boards. She's still making appearances and interviews and working to advance equality for women in business.
Hey. And you said she's in her 80s, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In 2017, Time magazine named her one of the 50 women who made political history. And I went looking at her list of awards, and I'm not going to list them all.
Yeah.
There were 11 under governance and 24 under leadership, like in categories.
Yeah.
So, yeah. One of them I thought was fun. It includes throwing the first pitch at the Congressional Women's Softball Charity Game for the Young Survival Coalition in 2022.
Aww.
She was 82 years old. There is video, people.
What?
It is awesome.
Her throwing out a softball?
That in the show notes.
Oh, I will put in the show notes. So yes. Cute. Oh, that sounds adorable.
Yeah. She's got 5 honorary degrees from various colleges. She's named in numerous Who's Who publications. And one of her really cool projects that she worked on, there's a guy, Lee Stout, I think, is the one who actually wrote the book. But it came from a project that she started called A Few Good Women, or A Matter of Simple Justice. I forget which it is. But anyway, it was a collection of interviews. And then this guy turned it into a book. And the book title is A Matter of Simple Justice, The Untold Story of Barbara Hackman Franklin and A Few Good Women. Because she'd been doing this kind of on her own. And then they turned it into a book. It came out in 2012. They re-released it in 2020.
Oh, nice.
So it is available on Amazon. I found it.
For less than $100? Awesome.
Yes.
Sweet.
She is still going strong. I went looking to see, maybe she slowed down or anything like that.
Sure.
And then I watched an interview with her where she looked fantastic. I kid you not, it was posted in March
of this year. Oh, nice.
She's still at it. So she is, very active. Her business is very active. She still sits on a bunch of these boards in both for-profit and especially non-profit sector.
Yeah.
She has done more to advance women in business so that they could get, actual jobs and not just, teachers until they got married.
Right. Just until you get married.
Yeah. So she's absolutely awesome. And I went down a rabbit hole, and there's 9 zillion more things I could tell you, and I'm not going to because I'm already known for long-winded.
You're
Long-winded.
good. I didn't even, I've never heard of her. So I was just like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She's pitching balls in her 80s. She's probably still going to be with us for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, knock on all the things.
But I'll bet she has her will.
Yeah, she probably does have
that.
You better.
Yeah, maybe that's where we're going wrong, ladies. We need to get our will.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I feel like lately everything that she did has gotten ruined. So I think whoever wins the next election needs to rehire her.
Yes, there you
to
go.
Fix everything.
Yes.
Or read her
Very
books,
much so.
ask her advice, work, you know what I mean? Have her company. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
Absolutely.
Bring that wisdom back.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love it.
So,
do you want to wrap us up, Debbi? That was fantastic.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
You're like,
well, that wraps it up for this. What?
Oh, yes, go for it. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Sorry. Well, that wraps it up for us this week. Join the Gals Guide podcast next week as we learn more about financial health and security. Thanks for listening.
That's another woven thread into our personal and collective well-being tapestry. If you loved learning about women's history or are looking for some self-care, discover even more community and care at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.